Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tony Fox of Mrs. Fox's Plans. I just thought I would turn the camera around today so that you could see me and I could do a little bit of a pain talk. I haven't done one of these for a while and sorry about that, but life's been pretty crazy. So I thought I would update you as to where my journey's at, and of course I'm happy to listen to anything that you've got to say. Just hit me down in the comments and ask me questions. Happy to answer them. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm only an expert in myself and what I've been through. So I can talk from experience, but I am not a doctor. I am not qualified in any way. I just want to share my story and see if I can learn from you or if you can learn from me. That's I guess what we like to do in our communities. I obviously love the planner community because it's my therapy, it's my way of crafting and getting my mind into another space so that I'm not constantly thinking about what I'm going through or what I've got coming up or what I need to do. So just to put you in the picture, so those that are new here, welcome, and those that have been across my journey for some time, thank you for coming back. If this is something that you want to learn more about, then please press the subscribe button and the bell notification and come along for the journey. So what I thought I'd do is I'd start from the beginning. I know that some of you may already know this story, but I'll just do a quick synopsis of how I got to where I am now. So back in 1996, I had a relatively minor car accident. I was stationary to set lights and I was pregnant with my youngest son, 6 months pregnant, and a car ran into the back of me. So from that car accident set off a whole roller coaster of things that happened. So I did injure my back badly. I had a blown disc, but because I was pregnant, they couldn't do scans and they couldn't do anything about it. So I was put off work because I was on my way home from work when the accident happened. So I was put off work until after my baby was born. So Christopher was born in the February. So in the April, after I'd healed from the delivery, they did some scans, discovered that I had a blown disc and so on. They wanted me to have back surgery back then and I said I can't do it. I have a newborn and a 2.5-year-old. So long story short, I waited until 2000 to have the operation, so 5 or 6 years after. So I had 2 operations, both unsuccessful, still struggling, couldn't walk, was in a walking frame. But during all of this, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So we had to make a decision to move our family from Sydney to Queensland so that I could deal with the warmer climate, because the colder climate in Sydney was really affecting my arthritis and I was struggling to work. I was medically retired from Telstra because they decided I could no longer be a functional employee with my medical condition. So long story short, it's now 2023. I have had more than that, 32 operations now. I had a few in the last couple of years. So I've had 32 operations. Both knees are replaced, both hips have been replaced. I have got a disc replacement, a spinal fusion and a spinal stim in my back. I have been suffering from chronic pain for 26 years and have had it in various ways. The last, I guess, nail in the coffin, last 2 nails in the coffin, I guess, was the being diagnosed with fibromyalgia probably maybe 10 years ago, which is not unusual when you have rheumatoid. Your body gets so used to being in pain that it just doesn't know when it's not. But then my last knee operation, my surgeon just turned around and said, you've got CRPS. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, complex regional pain syndrome. And I went, oh, okay, so that just means that my knee is going to be in pain all the time, just one knee. And he said, well, kinda. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. And then I did a bit of research on this condition, hello Google Doctor, and discovered that this is a beast of a beast. This is a gift that gives a lot more than you want, really. So just to enlighten you, CRPS is where your pain receptors are on fire all of the time. Very similar to fibromyalgia, but very, very concentrated. Fibromyalgia tends to do a whole body problem. CRPS will concentrate on where it starts. In my case, it started in the right knee and floods down to my ankle. I have it in my left knee and it floods down to my ankle. So that makes walking a little bit challenging. And then coupled that with fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis, which it just turns up wherever it wants. So hence I've had a few more shoulder surgeries and a couple of hand surgeries, all of that sort of stuff. So to say the least, my body is just racked with pain. And the problem that I have is I can't walk very far at the moment. I used to love being able to take my dogs for a walk and do a little bit of exercise, albeit not a marathon. It just needed to be a couple of 100 meters would be great. I can't do that anymore because I have a cyst in my left knee and I have what is it called, the ankle conditioning plantar fasciitis in the bottom of my right foot. So the problem with that is obviously pain. So I can't walk very far without significant pain. I can do it and I can push through it and I can take as many drugs as I like and I can get there, but as soon as I stop, I will go into what you call a pain crisis. And I could try and prepare for that. I can try and take as many narcotics as I can to have on board to try and ease that. But the end result is I'm going to be very uncomfortable. And I could be uncomfortable for a matter of hours. I could be uncomfortable for 24 hours. Who knows? It's one of those lottery tickets you just don't want to win. So I sought the advice of a orthopedic surgeon, the one that has done a lot of work on my body. He's retired now, so I had to find a new one. So I tried to get one, but he saw my scans, so my scans in themselves seem very, very benign condition. Yes, there's a cyst there, but it might disappear on its own in a normal person. And yes, there's a plantar fasciitis, maybe some orthopedic heels might help, but yeah, they're really benign conditions. So one guy said, look, there's nothing we can do to help you, so don't bother coming and seeing me. Okay, check one. Then I had another doctor that was referred by my pain doctor. So I had an appointment to see him yesterday. I was all psyched up. I went to America to see my son and grandson and spent some time there thinking, okay, when I get back I should be able to get one or two of my problems sorted so that I can get back into trying to do some walking or even attempt to be able to go to a shopping centre without sitting in my car crying afterwards because I'm in agony. Just want to do what everybody else can do. So anyway, get all excited, turn up on time, see the doctor, and the news is not great. He said to me, he said, look, he said, I wouldn't operate on you unless you're in a life-threatening situation or were losing a limb. He said, because anything that I do is just going to aggravate your conditions. He said, so my advice is no surgery. I said, yeah, but I still can't walk. And he said, that's just going to have to be what you have to put up with. And it's like, but you do understand that I'm still in my 50s and I still want to function like everybody else, like give or take a hand twist or a shoulder hurting or a you know, I'm used to that, but this not being able to walk is really, really bothering me. I recently, as I said, did a trip to America, and one of the most, trying not to cry, heartbreaking moments was having my son wheel me through the airport. Hang on, Tony, you can do this. And that hurts. I can't walk the distance to do the normal things that everybody takes for granted. Like if you can walk and function, I take my hat off to you, because I would like to be able to do that. So now this doctor has said that he doesn't want to do it. There's 2 doctors. I can keep chasing doctors and I can keep asking for help, but I know, and anyone else that suffers from this condition will tell you, that you're just flogging a dead horse. Australianism, I'm sorry about that, but basically it's not going to help. So I have to make a decision to live with what I've got and learn how to make my quality of life better for myself. So that means if I have to walk with a walking frame, I have to do that, or a walking stick, or a motorised scooter, or whatever it is, just to do the normal day-to-day things, then that's what I have to do. We do live in a 2-story house, but I'm lucky enough that we've got a lift in, so I can get up and down the stairs. I just have to make it a bit simpler for where my craft table is, so that I can still do my work and function. So I guess one of the main reasons for me to talk to you is to say, at some point we have to stop looking for the Holy Grail, because I don't believe there is such a thing for us. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I think that we have to come to terms with what we have and learn to be the best version of ourselves with what we have. I know it's hard, and it's going to be hard, but I think that what we have to do is focus on the good things that we have in our life, and what our challenges are relatively minor in the sense of living. So I'm sorry I got very emotional towards the end. I've been trying to make this video for a while, and I've been struggling with it, because I did have hope that I was going to get some pain relief, but that's not going to happen. So I have to be grateful for what I've got while I've got it. And as every challenge comes up, we just fight that challenge as we can. Anyway, okay, so anyone out there has any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them. As I said, I'm not an expert in any sense of the word. I am just an ongoing sufferer of chronic pain with several names attached, and we don't always have great days. This may not seem like a good day, but it is. I'll struggle, but I'll be okay, and I'll come back and do some more journaling videos with a bit more happier content, and share my love for craft with you. I just hope you can get something from this and understand that sometimes we just have to put our hands in the air and go, I can't go through any more rejections from doctors and the medical society in general, that I have to accept this is it. This is what I've got. This is where I am, and this is who I am. And when we come to that conclusion, we can then go, okay, all right, then if this is my baseline, what can I do to make it better? And that is what I'm doing now. I'm finding ways to make my life more comfortable. I'm no longer looking for the Holy Grail because I know there isn't one. There is no magic pill. There's no magic carpet. There's no magic anything. It is just determination, fight and will. That's what I've got. That's all from me today. I just thought I would check in and let you know that I'm still thinking of you all, everyone out there that is suffering. I'm there with you. And I guess that we've just got to call it fighting, not suffering, and just keep the fight, the good fight, on. So until next time, that's it from me. Ciao for now.